just my opinion, if you want people to connect with the characters, you just need a little bit of struggle. Just a little bit of struggle. Chase Liaki here with the Blue Futon reviewing Anyone But You. What's about pretty simple premise. You have a boy and a girl, and they met one time. They're like, you know what? We're having a good night, and we're just going to spend the night and not have sex. But you know what? She walks away. But they're like, why are you walking away? She's like, I don't know why I walked away. And then she goes back, and the guy's like, she's a fucking disaster. And they're like, we hate each other. Now, 6 months later, they realize, you know what? We know each other, and now we had to go to a wedding together, which I thought it was a 6-month thing, but at the very end, it said 2 years. So I don't know about the timeline with this movie on some levels, but now they're at the wedding, and they need to not screw up her sister's wedding. Will it happen? Will there be some love triangles? Will they get back together? Or will it have a, oh shit, ending and things be different? So, do you like this film? This is the most superficial movie of the year. What I mean by the beginning is you need to see some struggle. Just some struggle in this movie. There is no struggle. When I say the struggle, it's like a lifeline. People, struggle. No struggle. No struggle. It literally is like something does happen, and then within 5 minutes later, it's perfectly back to normal. Something bad happens. 5 minutes later, perfectly back to normal. And I just can't get with that program when it comes to that. Which is kind of a bummer because I like Glen Powell as an actor. Like, I think everything he's in is fantastic. He's good in this. Hitman, Top Gun, the one with Devotion. Like, he's in a lot of good films. But this one is just so fake, so cookie cutter. And the end of the movie felt like that Celine Dion movie where everyone was singing this one song, which it just was like, how much did they pay to do that? Like, it felt like they paid a shit ton of money. Because I even talked to Evan Goldberg, if I'm saying his name correctly, that wrote, This Is the End of the World. And to get a DMX song, I think he said it cost $25,000 just to get a DMX song in a movie. So I wonder how much they paid for that. Anyway, about this movie, the positive. I think the acting, there's chemistry between the two leads for sure. And I think it's just very fluffy. So if you're just going in for a fluffy movie, this is for you. If you literally want to stare at a screen and look at beautiful people, look at beautiful surroundings, look at rich people problems, look at first world rich people problems, because I do think there's such thing as a first world rich people problems and third world rich people problems. Because I've been in third world countries where there's some rich motherfuckers there, and you're like, where is that money coming from? So there are different categories, and this is first world rich people problems. Everyone's hot. It feels like you're watching a dating game, and you like the bubble thing, and everyone in the bubble is fucking hot, and you just expect, like, you just wish one time we're like, oh, we should connect without seeing each other, and then it's like a something that's like not a 10, and that's maybe a 6 or 7. Like me, I'm maybe a 6.5, 7 max, and you just hope that would occur, but nope. Hot people on the screen, rich people, first world problems is what you get. Yes, there are some funny elements to, especially the Australian guy that could swim real fast. Like, there's comedic moments here and there where, like, okay, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. I could get behind that, but nothing was laugh out loud. There were a couple moments where you watch the screen and they say a joke, and then they, like, that, like, half a second, like, pause where they expect the audience is like, nothing happened for a lot of the scenes. And the writing. I want to call it, like, this is the most superficial, just, like, I would call it Gen Z, but the dialogue was just so Gen Z-ish, where I was just like, ugh. Like, if this is the writing now and today, like, give me, like, a good chick flick, like Sleepless in Seattle, when Harry Met Sally. Even the breakup. Let's go back to those, like, 1990s, 80s, early 2000s chick flicks. Even you could say Legally Blonde at least had some meat on its bone. Like, at least you had some dilemma. Here, no dilemma. And they're doing that now. It's like that Celine Dion one. A lot of these rom-coms that are coming out nowadays, it's more of like, it's so fluffy and so, like, they're scared to put dilemma on people. Like, they're like, safe space, safe space, safe space. And if you're expecting something raunchy with this, it's not raunchy. There's some boobs. There's a penis shot. There's a lot of butts. and some F words here and there. So if you're expecting like some raunchy shit, this ain't raunchy whatsoever. So overall, anyone but you, it is so serviceably fluffy that is kind of sad. There's no dilemma, there's no struggle in this movie. I need something to connect with these characters on. Unfortunately, I'm not going to connect to Past Lives, but Past Lives I was the same way where at the very end where she's like bawling, crying. I'm like, I don't feel anything. Maybe because I didn't personally. Yes, there were a couple people. I would say there's about 4 girls where I fucked up just because I was a little bitch. I didn't say anything. And that was the other thing with this movie. It felt like she didn't like. She's so inconsistent where I'm just like, I wouldn't want to date anyone like that because she's just all over the place. Like, I want to say just have a goal, but don't like say fuck boy every 30 seconds of your dialogue. That's just kind of not original whatsoever. But yes, superficial, fluffy. If you like those type of movies, this is for you. Anyone but you will receive a 2 out of 5 of Futons, which equals at 40%. So see the critics and scores gave this one. It says edgy comedy. There's nothing edgy about this. Anyway, tomato meter, there's 0. Gata, nada, 0. So you get my 40%. Chase Lock here with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One more thing, Futontopia. The Blue Futon is a great day, and I'll keep watching Stay tomorrow, week around month for a year for hours. Go freaking one of you. And like I said, I'm one of those people that if you watch me and you're like, you are fucking wrong, I love this movie, congratulations. I don't, no, good for you. Like, I don't want to be like a dog shit person. No, if you seriously like a movie I didn't like, I'm glad for you. Like, I'm not one of those people who's like, how dare you like a movie I don't like or vice versa. If this floats your boat, seriously, I'm glad you had a really great time. But for me, I needed more bang for the struggle.